In question 3 for Unit 15, we again invest $1,000 in a stock that rises 5% each year and also pays a dividend of 3%. Here's our original investment. Each year the investment will rise at 5%, not counting the dividend. So after 1 year, the value of the $1,000 investment is $1,000 plus 5%. But this company pays a dividend of 3%. That means that at the end of each year, it sends us 3% of the value of our stock. At the end of the first year, that value is $1,050. And the 3% of it that the company is willing to pay us as a dividend is $31.50. In this case, however, we decide not to take the $31.50. We ask the company instead to give us $31.50 worth of stock. So at the end of the first year, we have the $1,050 worth of stock plus an additional $31.50 that we buy. The total stock we have at the end of the first year is this amount plus this amount, a total of $1,081.50. That's at the end of the first year. We'd like to do the same thing for 10 years. If we drag this formula down, however, we have a problem, because this number here is calculated by adding 5% to this number. But this number here should be 5% more than the amount of stock we had at the end of last year, and that's this number. We can fix things by moving this 1,000 over to this position. Then this number here will always be 5% more than the number just up over here, which is correct in this case. We'd like to take this number and add 5%. Now we can drag. And we find that at the end of 10 years, we have $2,189.10 worth of stock. Analyzing this as an investment to find the internal rate of return is easy because the cash flows in this case are simple. We put in $1,000 at the beginning of the 10 years, and at the end of the 10 years, we have a value of $21.89.10. We never see any money from the investment in the interim. The company is willing to send us the money, but we don't accept it. So the cash flows are $1,000 in, and 10 years later, $21.89 out. What sort of savings account would work like that? Here's one where we put $1,000 in and earn an arbitrary amount of 6% a year. Each year it goes up. We don't put any money into the account, and we don't take any money out of the account. Just the same as with our investment in the stock. At the end of 10 years, the savings account balance is $1790.85, which is too small. We use GoalSeek to adjust it so that it will be just the same as with the stock account. Here we have an investment in stock in which we put $1,000 in, take no money out for 10 years, and then get $21.89.10. Here we have a savings account with the same cash flows, $1,000 in, and 10 years later, $21.89.10 out. The internal rate of return, that is, the rate you need to earn in a savings account to have the same cash flows as the stock investment, is 8.15%. And it's interesting to note that this is exactly the same as our rate of return when we did take the money out. There's no difference in terms of how good the investment is. After all, in each case, we're investing in a stock that earns 5% plus a 3% dividend.